Hello everyone, my name is James Walker and I'm from Austin, Texas. Today I want to open up and share my journey with cancer, not for sympathy, but in the hope that my story might bring even the smallest spark of hope to someone who needs it. If you are going through something similar, I want you to know, you are not alone. In March of last year, 2024, I received news that would change my life forever. I was diagnosed with stage 3 gastric cancer, specifically adenocarcinoma. Looking back, the signs had been there for months, 7, maybe 8, but I didn't have the answers I needed. I had been to doctors repeatedly, describing my symptoms, but the response was always the same: it's just acid reflux, you're too young, too healthy for it to be anything serious. At the time, I was 26. Today, I'm 27, and my perspective on life has shifted completely. The tumor in my stomach was massive, 14 centimeters. 14. When I got the phone call confirming the diagnosis, my world blurred. That night, I fainted and woke up in the ER. I was on the verge of death. There was blood in my stool, and every time I ate or drank, I would vomit, blood included. For the first time, the healthcare system stopped dismissing my symptoms. I was admitted immediately, told I was bleeding internally and needed an urgent blood transfusion, followed by emergency surgery the next morning. Everything happened so fast that my mind couldn't keep up. I didn't even have the mental space to truly feel the reality that I had cancer. The surgery, a partial gastrectomy and partial colectomy, removed part of my stomach and part of my colon, as the cancer had already spread there. They also removed 4 out of the 8 surrounding lymph nodes. For a brief moment, I felt like I was finally moving in the right direction. And honestly, a special thanks to Dilaudid, because without that pain relief, I'm not sure I could have endured those first few days. But recovery wasn't straightforward. Things turned dark quickly. I developed a serious infection. Later I learned it was sepsis, though at the time, I suspect the doctors avoided telling me to prevent panic. The pain was relentless, deep, and constant. They performed an endoscopy to investigate, which didn't reveal anything significant, but it triggered a bowel obstruction. This meant another round of emergency surgery. After that second surgery, life became a slow, grinding battle. The pain was so overwhelming that I was asking for medication every 2 hours. Before all this, I had never taken anything stronger than ibuprofen, and now here I was, counting down the minutes to my next dose. I felt hopeless. Even the most basic moments in the hospital, like changing the gauze on my stomach, triggered anxiety attacks. My body was covered in holes from the tubes, I was unable to eat or drink, and I was NPO for most of my stay, surviving on TPN for nutrients. In total, I spent 34 long days in the hospital before being sent home with a wound vac. That was when the real challenge began, the journey of rebuilding my life from scratch. I had to relearn how to walk, how to sit down on the toilet, how to get out of bed. Every single movement was an achievement, but it came with exhaustion. I lost an extreme amount of weight. From my healthy 112 pounds at 5 feet tall, I dropped to just 69 pounds. I looked into the mirror and barely recognized myself. Chemotherapy had to be delayed until I could gain enough weight to withstand it. When I finally reached 72 pounds, treatment began: 12 cycles of FOLFOX chemotherapy and 1 month of radiation. It was during this time, months after my diagnosis, that I finally had the mental space to process what had happened to me. I thought a lot about how I hadn't advocated strongly enough for myself in the beginning. Deep down, I had known something was wrong, but I allowed the doctor's reassurances to quiet my instincts. If you're reading this and something feels off in your body, please advocate for yourself. Fight for answers. You know yourself better than anyone. Fast forward to just last month, February 2025, I completed my last round of chemo. A week ago, I had a PET scan, And for the first time since this nightmare began, I heard the words I had been dreaming of: no evidence of disease. Ned. My body showed no sign of recurrence. I know there's still more to do. I'll need another endoscopy eventually, just to be certain. But for now, I'm letting myself celebrate. I fought through hell and came out the other side. I survived the days when I cried until I couldn't breathe, the nights when I doubted I could keep going. And I didn't do it alone. My support system, my friends, my family, became my anchor. My boyfriend, especially, was my rock. He believed in me when I couldn't believe in myself. So here's what I want to leave you with: life will throw challenges at you that feel impossible, but no matter how rough it gets, keep your head up and keep moving forward. You will get through it. Surround yourself with people who love you, who will lift you when you're too tired to stand. And never underestimate the power of a positive mindset. I truly believe it played a part in saving me. If you've read this far, thank you. I can't believe I get to say these words, but I did it. I beat cancer. And now, I'm free to chase my lifelong dream, to see the world, one country at a time, with a heart that knows the value of every single moment.